All right, Ante. Now I tease this as we are changing the world in the NBA, but the reality is this is really your grand scheme, and then I'm going to break a lot of hearts with what I would do to fix the NBA. But I like your diplomatic approach here to fix the NBA. Take it away.
Yeah, and as you can see below, I think it's time to eliminate conferences. I think it's time to say bye bye to the conferences. I understand you're going to say scheduling. I understand you're going
Yep.
to say travel. I
Yep.
understand all of that because right now, as it stands, the East teams play the East teams more often, and the West teams play the West teams more often. But we have a graphic. Shout out to ESPN for their standings here for you guys. But from top to bottom, you see here is how the East and the West would stack up with today's scheduling. Obviously, this would change because, like I said, West teams would play East teams more equally if you were to eliminate the conferences. But as you see in the top of the bracket, we have 14 teams here that would be automatic ends to the playoffs in my scheme. You have 8 Western teams, 8 Eastern teams. So now we're going to have 16 teams total playing in the playoffs. So the 14 teams here would be the guys who are automatically in, just like how we have the 7 teams, or the 6 teams that make it in, and then the other teams battle for the play-in. So now we get to the bottom half, and this is your play-in teams here at the bottom. Now, I have it as the 15 seed through the 20 seed are battling for the last 2 positions in the play-in. And then in the red that you see below are the last 2 teams who are fighting for that playoff availability. All right. Now, in my play-in scheme, which we're going to show you my playoff bracket right here as it would stand today, the Kings are in the 15th seed and the Warriors are in the 16th seed. So they would have a first round bye. The 18 and 19 seed would battle to play the Kings. That's the Suns and the Hawks. The Magic and the Heat are the 17 and the 20 seeds. They would battle to play the Warriors. 1 game elimination there. Whoever wins moves on. Now, when you get to the second round, Travis, I believe that whoever faces the 15 or 16 seed, you got to beat them twice to move on. But for them, they have the luxury of only beating you once to move on. So the Kings, if they end up facing against the Suns got to beat them twice. But the Kings only got to win 1 game to advance. Same thing down below. If the Magic make it on to beat the Warriors, they got to beat the Warriors twice to make it into the playoffs. If not, if the Warriors win one, they move on. And then in the championship game, you would have, the 15 or the 16 seed, whatever, the 2 teams battle in and out. And no matter who's in it, you play 1 game to decide who gets the 15 seed and who gets the 16 seed. How do you
I'm
feel
not
about
going.
that one, Travis?
I'm not going to hold you, bro. I was able to follow everything pretty clearly. I think
Okay.
the visual element was very smart by you to have the
Okay.
brackets, to have everything lined up, color coordinated. Hey, these top
Mm-hmm.
teams are in. This is a play in. These are the losers that don't make it. I thought
Mm-hmm.
everything was easy to follow, and I don't hate it. I don't want to like poke any holes in this pitch that you have. What
Okay.
I love about what you did is you don't have preposterous things like, let's shorten the quarters, or let's have the TNT guys draft the teams, or like you don't have anything. Let's eliminate the 3-point shot. Like you don't have
Yeah.
anything crazy.
Right.
But here's
But
my idea,
okay.
and I'm curious how this fits into what you want to do,
Okay.
because I think it goes into eliminating conferences. I have a list of teams here. Call
Okay.
me the Axeman for this
Uh
segment,
oh.
okay?
Here,
I
let
am
me
no
sit up.
longer, yeah,
Let me
sit up.
sit up.
I am no longer Travis Thomas. I am the Axeman, and I am swinging the battle axe. We're not talking about a little hatchet. I'm swinging a Excalibur battle axe. Think of me,
Mm.
Ante, riding through the NBA on a Clydesdale horse, and
Yeah.
I'm wearing like a Viking helmet, and I have a battle axe.
Here
And
you
this is
go.
what, yes, this is. I wish I could Photoshop because I would make this. These are the teams I would get rid of It's 6 teams. I'm getting rid
Okay,
of all
let me
6 of
hear.
these teams.
Six is
Yes,
crazy, but okay.
6. Yeah, 6 is crazy. Pelicans, I'm taking an
Okay.
axe to you. No one cares about you, even in your own city. Okay.
Okay.
You're the Pelicans. That
Yes.
says everything I need to know. You're called the Pelicans. The Wizards, a team I covered, a team I grew up watching. Well, they were the Bullets when I grew up, but eventually they changed their name to a stupid name as well, the Wizards. Okay. Pelicans and Wizards, you should be axed because of your names alone, and your product sucks. Get rid of
Okay.
you. The
I won't
Hornets,
fight you there. I won't fight you
you
there.
can't fight me because I'm right. The
All right.
Hornets, a team I grew up, had a starter jacket, loved Grandmama, loved Muggsy Bogues and Alonzo Mourning, but that was long ago. You
Yes, it was.
are irrelevant. Okay, your best player is going to leave you immediately the second he gets a chance. Get rid of you. The Hawks, I mean, listen, what are we doing? Like, you're one of the worst in attendance in the league, bro. Like, you don't win anything ever. Dominique couldn't win. Dikembe, bless his soul, couldn't win. Trey Young can't win. You lose. How's that sound? Your team's done. And the Grizzlies,
Just
who
laughing
I
at
already
you.
I already know what you're gonna say about the Grizzlies. Trav, they have John Morant. Trade them. Okay. They stink. They're one of the worst teams in the league in attendance as well. Memphis doesn't
Yeah.
even care. And then here's my last team, which I will give benefit of the doubt because I think they call it Jurassic Park and their fans are great. And I just saw Drake still upset throw a DeMar DeRozan Raptors jersey out in the crowd. Like, I get it. You do have a great fan base, but I would still get rid of you two, the Raptors. Okay, that's 6 teams: Pelicans, Wizards, Hornets, Hawks, Raptors, Grizzlies. Get them out of here. Now,
The-
get them out of here. Now you go from 30 teams in this league, which is too many, okay,
yeah.
to 24. I think this works with your no conference. So you could kind of like reorganize everything.
It does. Where I will give you pushback is the last 3 teams is where I have to give you the pushback. The first 3, okay, fine, whatever. They do have some history, but it's not that big of a deal. We can kind of get rid of those teams, maybe. All right, fine. I'm not going to give you pushback. The Hawks, the Grizzlies, and the Raptors is where you lost me. The Grizzlies you cannot get rid of right now because they're one of the best teams in the league. Their fans aren't as rabid. Yes, you're right. They're not hitting our DMs telling us about how we're sleeping on them and all that other stuff. But they have Ja. They have your boy, Zach Edey. They have a good team. Triple J, who's an all-star. You know what I'm saying? So they have a good team. They have a grit and grind culture. They have moments in history that I remember, and I'm like, yeah, this Grizzlies team has some fire to them. They have a fan base that understands who they are and grit and grind. And yes, you're right. Attendance matters, but I'm not really too worried about that. Hawks, they're an original team. You're not getting rid of an original team. That's just not happening. It's just not happening. I understand you. They have Neek. They have the history. They have Bob Pettit. They have guys all time that are going to keep them around. So the Hawks are staying. You can get that one out of your mind. And then the 6th guy, Toronto Raptors, are backed by Drizzy Drake himself. They are the team of Canada. They do have people that are rabid about the Toronto Raptors. They have a great fan base. Even when they suck, they still have a top half in attendance, which means jersey sales. With Drake there doing the OVO jerseys, that means jersey sales. The NBA is always going to keep them, man, even if they're not good right now. And they just recently won a championship compared to all the other teams that you brought up. So, no. But if we could quickly go back to that graphic with the full standings, because I need to show Travis Thomas something here. Look, bro, if we're talking about matchups and viewership, I mean, you look at this and it looks like a March Madness bracket because it's a 1 through 16 that would make it in.
Yeah.
And I got Warriors Cavs again off rip. You know what I'm saying? I got Who else? Lakers, Clippers in the first round. You know what I'm saying, Travis? I got Bucks, Knicks. I got
Mm-hmm.
Giannis in the Garden, first
Mm-hmm.
round. You know, that's a great matchup. We got a lot of great matchups here. Even Rockets Pacers would be a great matchup. You know, even as I look down, what is that? Memphis versus Dallas. That would be a great matchup.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of great basketball to be played here. And I even remember Detroit versus Boston. I know people are going to say, "Oh, Detroit," and I'm surprised that they're here. But Cade Cunningham has had some great battles in here, in TD Garden against the Celtics. That would be a fun first round matchup. Now, the Celtics would beat them in 4, but I think every game would be a battle. You know what I'm saying? So I can't sit here and say no to you without telling you, like, we got some great basketball with the way it's setting up already. Why get rid of these teams? You know what I'm saying? So that's my only thing.
I loved all those matchups. And in fact, just hearing you talk about Pistons Celtics took me back to my childhood when, I mean, the Bad Boys Pistons against all these great Celtics teams like Larry Bird and all these guys. Like, I mean, bro, that is classic NBA. When I think
Right?
NBA, Pistons Celtics, that's classic stuff. You know what's not classic?
Oh,
Wizards
geez.
Pelicans. You know what I mean? Like, what does that evoke? What emotion does Wizards Pelicans evoke except
um,
indigestion is what it evokes in me. And so where I am excited, my friend, where
yes.
I do give you your flowers, you did not allow me to come in and whack all the teams that I wanted to, wielding a giant battle axe. However, you did give me some teams that I can
Yeah.
do, and that makes me happy. The fact that you are allowing me to come in and have pure destruction in the NBA is exactly what I live for.